On the evening of November 17th, 1977, in Signal Hill, California, a one-time bail bondsman would arrive home. His name, Robert Bob Mrazek. He would get out of his truck at around 8 p.m., head into his warehouse to tinker with a slot machine. Unknowingly, Robert Mrazek was being followed by a ruthless, young, and ambitious gang member by the name of Artie Guzman. He was a member of the King Cobra's Rifa street gang with larger aspirations to become a made member of the Mexican Mafia. His influence was none other than reputed Mexican Mafia Godfather Joe Morgan, who had ordered the hit on Robert Mrazek at the behest of his wife.
From here? Or they just drove by up a rail?
No, I'm walking, like that, and they started blasting, and I heard, and I shot, they didn't hit him, and I popped down, and they then ran back, but they got him.
Looks good here, huh? You guys keeping up real good.
Yeah, we're not around the walls no more, man.
Yeah, that's good, man. Proud of you guys. The only ones that mess with you guys now is Primera Flats, huh?
That's it.
Them guys?
Man, we take
Every once in a while? You take care of them, though, right?
You know what's up with us.
What are you doing to take care of them?
We shoot them. I mean, we lucky we kill them. That's how it is.
What do they have to do?
They're scared to come over here. They're gonna come and do something to us. They have to live the consequences. They expect something. They should expect something, from us. Like they can come here, do something. They have to expect something from us. You know what I mean?
What's something?
Well, it's not like if I'm gonna just tell you, just like that. Everybody gonna think I'm a criminal. One of those crazy criminals. But nah, whatever what we do, we just go up to them. Some of us go up to them, just shoot them, right? Someone just go far away, just shoot them. We're lucky we shoot one of them, better, because like they shot my homeboy, I mean, it's that we have to do something. We have to do something for that. But see, like, we're gonna tell everybody, we gonna, it's like whatever, who I don't know who did it.
Obviously, you guys know what happens if I catch you guys, right?
You get locked up. That's how it is. That's the game, man.
That's
how it is, Flores. That's the game.
How does the game work? How does it work? I mean, we don't live here. We're not part of gangs. Can you just tell me how it goes?
Well, see, like some people just, man, it's like in other neighborhood, other parts, they want to own, you know what I mean? Like pretend you make your own gang, just little gang, a lot of people like this, and but bigger guys, you know what I mean? They want to control the place, and other people come in and try to get out of here, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's like we don't let ourselves, man. We have to, kill each other for that, just for a spot. And they're gonna get us out of here. They have to kill us. Now in Flats, they want to come over here and take us out. See, but they have to. I say they have to kill me. They're gonna take me out of here. That's like, I don't know about, I know. He would die. I think he'll die for that too. I don't know about these little kids. These are futures. These are big future ones.
Why is it so important that you want to die for it? Why is it so important that you'd want to shoot someone for it?
It's like everyone.
Good idea.
Yes, so you see anything there now?
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead. I know, but I'm doing something now. I think you want to see it. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you tell me why it's so important that you would want to die for it? Why it's so important?
It's not like if we wanna die for it, like just die for it just like that. I don't wanna die. But if it comes to the point, I have to live with it. Not even live with it. But that's how it is.
But you would kill for what? What makes you want to? You were saying you would
No,
shoot
I won't
someone.
kill. I won't kill for. I won't
You
kill.
would shoot.
Oh, it's not like really. Well, my really point, she's got to kill. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell you if I'm gonna kill somebody. Like they shot my homeboy. I'm pretty pissed off. I ain't like that. It's not like if I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I'm gonna do something. Whatever happens, it happens.
All right, explain. You know what I'm missing? You know what I don't get? What you're so protective of? Is it your turf? Is it this area? Is that what it is? What is it that makes you angry?
Well, it's because there's guys that've been here for a long time already.
Right.
And like other people try to come over here and mess with us. You know what I mean? Like we don't like that. You have to do something about it. If they come in here, somebody's gonna come in here and sock you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna hit them back. You're gonna stay like that. I think I hit you back or something. I ain't gonna do it. It's not like that.
And what's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Jesse, Adrian Flores. Call me Spooky. My Capone.
Spooky?
Yeah.
And you're Capone?
Yeah, Capone, Tanya Locos. Show you your tattoo.
How long have you been in the gang?
I've been in the gang barely for a year.
A here?
Yeah, you could
How old
say.
are you?
Huh? 18, buddy, 18, 18.
And you spell your name Jesse the way it's spelled on your arm?
Yeah.
Okay. Just stay here. I'm gonna keep talking to you. Can you look at Jesse? Jesse, have you lived here your whole life?
Because not my whole life, half of my life.
Where were you before that? You were born where?
I was born in Mexico.
In Mexico?
Yeah.
And then you came up here?
Yeah, I came over here. When I came over here, it's the resident, I didn't come over here,
Do you have a job? Do you work anywhere?
Nah. I'm gonna get a summer job right now from school. I'm gonna get a summer job.
Which school do you go to?
I go continuation sale right here on Dolores Mission.
Oh, Dolores Mission?
Yeah,
you go to
like,
that one?
uh-huh.
Are you in there? You're in the regular school?
No, I'm in
The
the.
alternative?
No, it's a continuation. It's 3 hours school. You just go in there and do your work, trying to get some credits to go back to regular high school.
Yeah, okay. I know Father Greg and Father Tom. You know,
Yeah.
okay. Don't look at the camera, just look at him, okay? How many kids are in your gang?
We got a lot of them. It's not like this.
Watch the shadow, Marianne.
Okay, who's one standing there?
Flacco and your buddy. Disappointed me, Holmes. Huh? You're still holding, no? Huh? You know better. Huh? Who are these homeboys?
Never said in my life, only don't
Huh? Hey, homeboy, get over here, man. Badass shit, man. You get knocked on your ass back here. Let's go, man. Get out of the car. Put your hands on top of your head. Hey! Get over here. Hands on top of your head. Spread your legs right there.
Carlos, where's the first and glass, we got?
I don't know, man. I had a carload of bangers come in here and I want to talk to them. Come up into Eastway at Freedom Patrol. Straight ahead, gentlemen.
Section L 120, DOT, 20 minutes late.
Look straight ahead. Don't say
I ain't got that right to talk.
Turn around. Put your on top of your head. Put it on top of your head. That's right. That's right. You look straight ahead. You respect that badge.
I do.
All right.
I don't respect human beings.
Wait over here.
I don't want to get arrested, for that, because I just clear it. No, it's my wallet. You got my ID, you can take care of anything right there. What problem? Sergeant? Oh, you're the right person.
Why don't you turn around, put your hands in your head,
Turn around. Turn around. Take the car. Turn around. Turn around. Put your hands on top of your head. Put your hands on top of your head.
My head?
Yes, right there. Put them on
You got
there.
it on my head.
Spread your legs.
Use my head.
Spread your legs. Keep them there, okay? you turn around, I mean, I'm gonna take that as an attempt of you to strike me. And if you do that,
Oh, I don't
I'm gonna
strike
defend myself.
nobody.
Stand up, turn around. Stay there.
I just got the right to talk, that's all. You know? You want to strike me, you know? I'm not a... Oh, I would like you to hear me, though. Oh, I like to hear what you say, though.
Is your doctor here, though? So what's going to your doctor got to do with you being in the projects? You guys aren't from here. You guys don't belong here. What are you here for?
I know.
I'll give you three guesses why you're here. Wild guesses.
I don't know.
Rock. How's that?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't think so? Maybe?
I don't do that.
You don't do that? Never have? Never been arrested for anything?
No,
What you been arrested for before?
Accidentally, some guy...
Accidentally? Some guy shot somebody or what?
No.
What?
So, school police,
Uh-huh.
they got me with codeine, but I didn't know what it
Oh,
was.
okay. You don't know what it was, though. It was just kind of carrying it, right?
That was about 2 weeks ago. I didn't know.
Okay, you know what's going to happen to you? I'm going to write you a ticket for driving with no license, and then I'm going to take your car and I'm going to put it in my impound yard. And then I'm going to give you all trespass warnings, and if I see your faces anywhere near my projects again, you're going to go to jail. You understand that? The police own these projects, not you.
I don't know.
You understand that? You understand that?
Yes, I never been to these.
You have now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you like it here? Thank you very much. Look straight ahead. That's what you need. Have you officers and stuff filming.
Got warrants for your arrest.
I knew it. Yeah.
Stand here for that.
Those are my glasses, though.
You want it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Don't stretch them, though. I mean, you can break them. You know, you got all the right? Police is illegal police game. I mean, once I'm getting
gang area. That's where your misconceptions are. These people down here have no misconceptions on gangs. They know what gang activity is and gang terrorism and so on because they live through it daily down here. And that's, and that's a big problem because we can't get these people to come forward more than what we do. These people have to come forward and help us. We only have so many police officers out here that enforce the laws and so on. And if you don't get these witnesses to come forth and help us put these guys away, we can make an arrest and we can see the crime down or get information that the crime went down. But if we don't have the witnesses to come forth and go to court with us, they just kick them on out. And it's just a waste of our time and waste everybody else's time.
So that means you've got to have community.
Oh, we need the support. We need their effort.
But are you getting it?
Where, it runs in spurts. I really feel we're getting more, and as I indicated before by the roadblocks that have been set up in various divisions throughout the city and that.
Turn your volume down just a tad. All right, so what I was asking, JJ, is whether you're getting more support these days.
I don't see a real big increase, but I know we always have that support, and I always hear about the groups, and the reason why, because we're always out talking at these groups, the various neighborhood and the community groups, neighborhood watch meetings, and so on and that. But the problem is, it's always the same people, and that's good. That's good that these people are still involved in that, but there's a lot of people, many people out there that aren't involved, and those are the ones you got to bring into these groups. Those are the ones you got to get involved. Those are the ones that see this stuff happen all night and probably are a wealth of information for us, but they're afraid to come forward because they're afraid of the intimidation, they're afraid of the reprisals and the retaliations from these gangsters. And these gangsters will retaliate so
How
on.
vicious are these guys?
How vicious are they? They'll
Yeah.
kill you for no reason. If you're a witness to a murder and that, they'll come by and they'll throw a Molotov cocktail through your window. They don't care who's in there. They don't care if you have kids in there or women, whatever. They'll shoot your house full of holes. Like I say, anybody can ride up on a crowd of people standing on a corner, and you got females and young males and females standing in that crowd who may or may not be gangsters, and all around them and down the street and up in the sidewalk areas and the parking lots, you got the little kids riding their bicycles and so on, and that they come by with an AK-47 and spray this whole group. You can imagine, how they care.
How do you think a 10-year-old can get like that?
10-year-old, well, a lot of it's family. A lot of them, they see their brothers involved in it. And if you got a family where some of the older brothers have been involved in gang activity and they've gone to jail and really there's no parental supervision there, what's going to happen to that 10-year-old? He's going to follow suit, He's going to have to follow his brother's tracks.
Do you think there's any way out of this cycle?
Is there? I think there probably is, but you really got to work at it, and it's going to be a combination of things. It's your school, your parks, your recreational departments, your families, the community support, your police. And once they do cross that line, and when they reach our level here and they go to jail, then they have to be dealt with at that level there, severely as far as I'm concerned. Because perfectly honest with you, I'm tired of seeing these guys in and out of jail all the time. It just doesn't do us any good. It doesn't do the community any good.
Is it being handled right now in your bureau?
What's good about our bureau is that we're trying everything. We're trying it from the community support, from the recreation department support with the basketball games. We work with ATF, the FBI, DEA. We work with everybody. We try to put some joint investigations together because we know how important and how successful it is to convict these guys federally and have them do some major mandatory time. So we're not opposed to seeking out different remedies and help from other sources. We had a drive-by shooting. I'm going to roll over on it.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot.
We were rolling away from it, and I think it's over at 59th.
You said a drive-by shooting?
Yeah.
Take the time. Go for his Sam, please.
30, Roger. Yeah, if you want to interview me on the way, that's fine. To sell dope on the same street, maybe the same house and that. They say, hey, forget the differences, let's make our money, because money's there to be made. But when you don't have that narcotics to sell, they revert right back to rivalry. Sure, a lot of these guys will come back into our city again. And I've seen a lot of rivalry this year with these drive-bys. Like Saturday night, I roll on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I rolled on 5 drive-by shootings within a period of an hour and a half. 2 killed, probably 7 wounded, I think, was the total on that.
17 and 415 man, Florence and Flower, Exxon Station, incident 4968.
But that's, again,
Charlie 67, Roger, show you code 6.
the reason I know some of the dope activity is slowed out of state because some of the guys I know have been out of state selling dope are back here. Matter of fact, one of the guys told me
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back. Another episode of Greenlit Gang TV. Hope y'all having a blessed day. Really quick, before we jump into it, y'all know what you got to do. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. The growth in 2025 has been amazing. As I've stated in the past few videos, 30,000 subscribers is the new goal. And as I've stated before, we will get there when we get there. Thank you for all the continued support. Okay, so like we talked about in the intro, we're going to be talking about Artie Guzman from Los Angeles, California. He was a member of the King Cobra's 13 Street Gang. First, it was kind of a tagging crew, and then from there, it became a full-fledged gang. Obviously, huge ties to the Mexican Mafia. They're still around to this day, and that's where our guy Artie Guzman hailed from. And Artie was known as basically a hitter, man. This guy from Jump Street was known as being a gun on the streets, would put in all the work, cool, calm, collected, and just rose through the ranks, eventually became very tight with Joe Morgan. And Joe Morgan's the one who actually put him up for membership and got him into the Mexican Mafia after committing a very famous murder that we're going to be talking about in a minute. He also helped create the Mesa system, all right? He attempted to basically influence and establish a system where multiple Mexican Mafia members shared authority over each prison. And this basically just is like a governing body. The higher-ups have a governing body that have more power, influence, and just it comes down to control within their respective prisons. And basically what came of that, though, would ultimately lead to Artie Guzman's demise. First, we're going to start with one of our go-to social media pages. That's Prison Chronicles. Amazing page. Go check them out on every social media platform. Even has a YouTube channel. Awesome work. We're going to start with that. Artie Guzman from Los Angeles, California. Like I said, member of the King Cobras. And that wasn't actually mentioned in this post by the Prison Chronicles, but I found that on a different post. Just kind of got to piece information together sometimes. He was a significant figure known for establishing the Mesa system, a leadership structure where multiple members shared control over different prisons. Artie was in his early 20s when he was recruited to take part in a hit ordered by Mexican Mafia member Joe Morgan. The hit was of Mexican Mafia bondswoman Helen Mrazek's husband, Robert Mrazek. Arthur, was driven by their homie, very infamous Mexican Mafia member and known informant now, Raymond Mundo Mendoza. He's still all over YouTube, does a great job telling stories. Go check him out. He was on Soft White Underbelly like a year ago. Just does a really good job. He's got firsthand knowledge. He's got firsthand knowledge, obviously, on this story that we're going to be talking about because he was there, right? He drove Artie to this murder. As Mundo waited in the vehicle, Artie hid in the victim's home until he arrived. Artie had to wait to fulfill the hit as the victim was not alone. Finally, after their departure, he shot and killed Robert Bob Mrazek. After his arrest and conviction, Artie, with the sponsorship from Joe Morgan, became, and I'm saying that's one hell of a sponsorship to get, man. When you got the top dog sponsoring you, you're going to have a good, you're going to be all right. He became a full member of the Mexican Mafia. Artie, originally housed in Corcoran State Prison Security Housing Unit, the SHU, established a system where multiple Mexican Mafia members shared authority over each prison, facilitating better communication and control within the prison system. However, this is a big however, this system led to friction with Mexican Mafia members in the isolated Pelican Bay State Prison, who felt he was accumulating too much power. As a result of this internal conflict, Artie Guzman was reportedly targeted for a hit. And from there, he said, I'm out. He dropped out of the organization, losing his position and influence. Just like that, man. Everything you've worked for, all these decades, all these years, all these murders, all these violent acts, everything you've done, everything you've built your life around from the time he was a King Cobra gang member. Just like that, they go, yeah, you're too powerful. Basically, we're jealous. We're going to get into it a little bit deeper, though, because at first when I read that, I go, oh, they became jealous of him. They didn't like his power. But the little bit further I dug, it seemed like Artie was maybe starting to abuse that power he had. All right, so King Cobra gang member located in the Bell Gardens. It's a city in LA County. It is just east of the city of Bell. It is also bordered by the city of Commerce, Downey, and Southgate. Like I said, King Cobra's gang. King Cobras are predominantly Latino street gang located in the unincorporated East Los Angeles within LA County. Also known as Vadio, King Cobra's Rifa 13, Latino Hispanic street gang located in East Los Angeles. They are rumored to have been a tagging crew and a party crew before turning into a full-fledged Soleño street gang during the 80s. Cliques, Union Pacific Locos, Cyclones, Tiny Dukes, and Chicos Chucos. All right, now, so he's making his way up. He's known as a hitter. It said even Mundo did when he talked about it that he had like military experience. Wasn't able to verify that, but he was a hitter. Very comfortable with a gun. Did not mind shooting people. Did not mind hurting people. Did not mind killing acts or committing acts of violence. Was known to be just calm, cool as a cucumber. So this order for this murder of Robert Mrazek, you got to understand, Helen and Robert Mrazek, they've had this bonds company, and they had ties to Joe Morgan and all these street gang members that Joe Morgan had under him. Guys going to prison, getting out of prison, guys on the street. Okay, very influential and very tied in. Well, Helen Mrazek decides to basically put a hit on her estranged husband, and Mundo and our guy Artie and another guy, they're tasked with, all right, now you guys got to go do it. So I'm going to read from an article first about the kind of the convictions. This is just kind of a cool, old school news article that I found. And this is after they get convicted. Let's read from that first, and then we're going to go into some other details. Reputed Mexican Mafia Godfather Joe Morgan and 2 co-defendants were found guilty Monday in the 1977 murder of a suspected drug dealer. A Los Angeles County Superior Court jury convicted Artie Guzman, only 22. So he got convicted at 22 of the murder. He's probably, 2019 when he did the murder. An alleged Mexican Mafia gunman. And Helen Mrazek Pacheco, 34, a one-time bail bondswoman, along with Morgan. So you got Joe Morgan, the godfather of the MA, his up-and-coming superstar, Artie Guzman, and the wife of Robert Mrazek, who told Joe Morgan, I want my husband or estranged husband, I want him killed. I want you guys to do it. And it said that Joe Morgan gave Mundo the house key to the house that he got from Helen Mrazek. That's cold, man. Knowing what they're going to do to no matter what your problems were, man, just knowing what was going to come of that. They got convicted on charges of conspiracy to commit murder and murder in the November 17, 1977 slaying of Robert Mrazek, who was only 33 at the time, Pacheco's estranged husband. It was a murder-for-hire case with key evidence during the month-long trial coming from a convicted killer who was granted immunity in exchange for his testimony. And that's our guy, Raymond Mundo Mendoza. That's when he flipped, who was 36 at the time, identified by authorities as a Mexican Mafia hitman who had committed 15 killings. Now, Mundo says in an old-school news interview in the 90s that he only did 12. This article says 15. Testified that Morgan, this is huge, guys. I hope you understand what I'm reading right here. Mundo, up until this point, had been a loyal, very well-known, basically a shot caller for the Mexican Mafia. And now he's out. Now he turned state's evidence. Testified that Morgan wanted Mrazek killed as a favor to Pacheco, who was then separated from Mrazek. Mendoza is currently serving time for 2 Bakersfield murders. As payment for the Mrazek murders, Pacheco was to give Joe Morgan $10,000 in cash and a kilo of heroin. That's a lot of dope and a lot of money, especially back then. They said that kilo back then was worth about $60K. And inside information about Mrazek's alleged drug connections, according to trial testimony. So, obviously, you got this husband and wife who are bail bonds people, but they're obviously running dope on the side. They obviously have gang ties, street ties. And it's ultimately what led to Bob's killing and Helen's incarceration. Guzman was hired to carry out the murder contract, according to prosecution witnesses, and he fired a slug from a .45 caliber pistol into the back of Mrazek's head while the victim was tinkering with a slot machine in the back of his Signal Hill warehouse. Superior Court Judge Florence Picard set sentencing for September 11th. Deputy District Attorney Dennis Chote said the guilty verdicts returned Monday would not deal a serious blow to the Mexican Mafia. Quote, the problem is that the Mexican Mafia is basically a prison gang, and we're returning one of its big leaders to the prison. That will solidify his position. Finally, though, a politician or a lawyer or a district attorney who's just honest. At least just honest. Not some bullshit about this will deal a blow. We finally did the right. It's like, no, he's right. We're just putting Joe Morgan right back in prison. Morgan has already spent 28 years behind bars since his 1946 conviction for second-degree murder. He was sentenced to federal prison in 1978 after he admitted possessing heroin and buying 2 guns under an assumed name. I didn't know that part. I didn't know he went away for a murder from 1946. It's crazy, man. That's why I love making these videos, man. It's always interesting. Always interesting. All right. Watch Mundo's piece on this where he talked about it. Said that Joe Morgan ordered the hit of Bob Mrazek. Mundo went and met with Artie. Said Artie was locked in, all business. They used a .45 caliber weapon. Mundo says they drove a stolen 1976 Cutlass. Mundo talks about writing down types, types of the vehicle that Bob Mrazek had. It was a black Dodge pickup with big, monster truck tires, I believe is the word he used, and that Joe Morgan had given them the key to the house. And the hit, obviously, was successful and becomes a full-fledged member. But how I want to end this. So from there, becomes a full-fledged member, man. He's got a bright, shining star, right? He's a full-blown member of the Mexican Mafia. Joe Morgan's blessing, known as a hitter on the street, this very high-profile murder. Creates this mesa, and from what I read, he started to really abuse his power, and people started to really, really dislike him. And just like that, everything you've worked for is gone. They put a hit on you, and he dropped out, and he became a government witness. I even read a comment that said he couldn't even walk an SNY yard. Don't know the accuracy of that, but It just shows you, man. I'm trying to put it into words. It's just like that's what that life leads to. It's like rarely do you see somebody just ride off into the sunset, right? It just doesn't happen. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Till next time. Peace.